Okay, this time it worked. Okay.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom and happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.
Happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.
This is one of my favorite songs from Israel. Is
Rabbi.
folk song. Hi, Marvin.
Hi, Maariv.
Hi.
It's called Chorshat Ha'Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus. Sounds a little Ladino.
Eucalyptus is Hebrew for eucalyptus.
It sounds Ladino.
And it was written by Norit Shemer, who wrote, I think she wrote Oseh Shalom.
Mm.
Oseh Shalom. She writes the most beautiful melodies. It says the grove of eucalyptus, the bridge, the wooden boat, and the scent of mint floating above the water. All these have remained the same as if untouched by the passing of time.
That was lovely, really lovely.
Thank you. Now the service. And very few people ever do that. So, oops. Okay, Hinemato. Excuse me. How pleasant it is when all of us dwell together in unity. Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Ahavat Olam, the evening love song. Your love has embraced us always in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day, your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Listen, Israel. Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. Ve'alta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lektecha b'derech u'v'shochmecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot be'inenecha u'chtavtam Amezuzot beiteka uvisharecha. You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words, which I command you on this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Leman tizkuru va'asite ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is true. Mi chamocha. That was good. Why is that so strange? Okay. Like you, Adonai, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Oh God, you are a consolation to your creatures. For in moments of forgetting, we would call to mind your care, and we are comforted. When we hope no more, pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitkadav yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chay l'kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala ba'agala u'v'zman karib, Dimeru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'alam U'Lamei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitbar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitale V'Yitalal Shemei Dekudesha B'Richu Leila mikol birkata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imeru. Amen. The Amidah. Pray as if everything depended on God act as if everything depended on you. Adonai, sifetai tiftachu fi yagi tilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, ומוריד אתה. מקלקל חיים וכסד, מקיים הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו. משני עפר, מכמוך בגבורות, ומזומנה, מלך ממיት ומחייב, ומשמיע כשורה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקיים הכל. Please take this moment to say your own private prayer silently. Oh, say Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'iberu. Amen. As you can see, my dog is ripping
I hope you cleaned it with alcohol or peroxide.
peroxide and
Okay.
Neosporin and you name it.
Okay. Like my cat. She doesn't mean it, but she does.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks she's playing. That's her way of playing.
That's exactly right. She thinks it's kissing. Anyhow. Come here, Kedoshim. Kedoshim, which means holiness. always viewed this particular Torah portion kind of hesitantly. There's a great, I think it's Yiddish, although nobody ever explained it to me. Let's see. It sounds Yiddish. It makes me feel, let's see, this particular Torah portion, that homosexuality is not holy. I'm sorry. God didn't make mistakes. It was present at the time, 3,334 years ago. But what God was trying to do, and I say this repeatedly every chance I get, is that he wasn't abhorred by homosexuality itself. He was horrified by what the Canaanites did. The Canaanites forced people into homosexuality. They raped them. Even when Joseph was sent into slavery, his brothers, because he was such a beautiful young man, 17 years old, their first assumption was that he'd be in a brothel as a male hooker. He wasn't. Yeah, he got in trouble with the wife of his boss, but that's not what he lucked out on that one, I guess. I love Lady Gaga for many reasons. I don't think she has the greatest voice. I don't think she has the greatest beauty, but I like her attitude and her chutzpah. And I liked the song she came up with, Born That Way. I wish I'd thought of it. I mean, when I was a teenager, I went to Hollywood High, and Hollywood High, everybody was gay, or if not, everybody knew that, it was accepted. That's the way it was. All my friends were gay. When I married my first husband, before I married him, my dad was pretty convinced, because I hung out with gays all the time, that my husband was gay. Oddly, his brother was. So my best friend was gay, ballet dancer. And he was always telling me that there are probably more gay truck drivers than there are ballet dancers. Years ago, I read a Dear Abby letter from a woman whose son had just come out to her. She said she read her Bible and she was conflicted about how to respond. And her initial reaction was to show him that it didn't matter to her, that she was happy for him. In fact, she said she'd suspected it for some time, but that the words in the Bible didn't give her any consolation. And of course, her friends all told her that he was going to burn in hell. And Abby's reply made me realize that the woman had no dilemma. The prohibition against homosexuality is nothing more problematic than tying an ox and a mule together to pull a wagon, or combining linen with wool, which all of us do today anyway, or planting different crops together, which many people do today too. And then, of course, there are the multi-poos and and the golden doodles, and it's so what?
Rabbi, I think at that time, when the way it was written is the way I interpret it, is that he wanted to show he wasn't, I agree with you, he was not making a negative statement in that sense.
No.
He was saying, I want you to be separate from the surrounding areas.
Exactly.
That's how I
want us to
interpret it.
be like the Canaanites and the Amalekites and the Hittites and
the
Egyptians. He did not want us to, he said, I said I once worked in did the high holidays for a deaf temple. And they said, holy, the word holy is not, I guess in ALS, it's pure, chaste, like that. That's not what it is with us. With us, it's separate. We are separate. He wanted us to be separate from the surrounding tribes in order to not be like them. And 3,334 years ago, biological science was not exactly cutting edge. So they couldn't really say born this way. But it often is. It's not a behavior. It's not something that can be altered or cured. God, I hate that. You can't cure sexual orientation. Heterosexual behavior is not a requirement for us to achieve kiddushim or holiness. Not only that, when we read in Genesis that he created one being that was male and female, and then split it, who's to say that the original was not the perfection? And they love God too. Okay, enough of my rant. Teach the world,
To be taught that the concept of different in whatever it is that's different, whether it's in a sexual orientation or a handicap, it's different.
It's different.
That's all. From what's considered, quotes, normal.
Right.
So in other words, homosexuality, if you look at it that way, is not a sin.
No, it's not.
But it says you shall not lie carnally with a woman, with a man as with a woman.
Right, but it was based, yes, but it was based, the Torah never, the way I interpret is that it never says it was not good. He was basing it on the fact, it was based on the fact that all the surrounding cultures did it. And in order for us to be different and to be obedient or observant to Hashem, we were not to do those behaviors. But he didn't say they were terrible in that sense.
No,
they were just not something we shouldn't do, just like kashrut was not terrible. It was just something we had to follow.
There you go. That's what I was going to say. It's thought of as, it was thought of as don't eat pork.
Yeah.
Do any of you eat pork?
No.
No.
No, but I don't keep kosher.
There you go. I don't eat pork either, but I do eat cheeseburgers.
I do too.
I observe Tashra.
I don't eat pork and I don't eat shellfish, but I do eat cheeseburgers.
But what if
I
the
Everyone
pastor
has to find his own way. What it comes is everyone finds his own way. Is what
That's the whole basis of Judaism. It is a thinking person's religion. You decide for yourself what you want to do. That's the whole thing. Learn it and know what the laws are, but then decide for yourself.
right.
Okay. Okay. The Omer. See, what day is this? Last week was
May 5th.
20th. Sorry.
You're not supposed to say it.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yesterday was the 19th. How's that?
Okay, that works.
That's how you do it.
Okay, I learned.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Svirat HaOmer Hayom Tisha Asar Yom Shehem Shnei Shavuot V'chamisha Yamim LaOmer. Day 20. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתוקקים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Ours is the duty to praise the all-sovereign, to honor the artist of creation, who made us unique in the human family with a destiny all our own. This is holy. For this, we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the sovereign almighty, monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. On that day, the eternal shall be one, and God's name shall be one. The Misha Berach. I'm going to let you guys start. Marvin?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. Pusha
Ellen Friedman.
Timothy Paul Taylor, Laura Frick.
Okay. Ellen, New York.
All those who are suffering physically and emotionally, all those who are homeless, humans and animals, Rabbi Galit, Ziona, Tamara, Beth, Amy, Marcos Ben Yolanda, Jeannie Bat Wana, Perry Ben Betty, B Bat Etta, Sarah Bat Colleen, and Bill Ben Ann. Thank you.
Okay. Reba says, Misha Barak in her own way, she sends healing energy throughout the world. My list includes Shemuel Ben Shendel. He's the son of a friend of mine who has lymphoma. Yohevet Rosov Bar, Etta Bat Gittel, Gary Jacobs, Donald Willinger, Ada Bat Chanya, Robert Stein, Rachel Bat Benjamin, Ziona Bat Chava, Chava Bat Elsa, Menashe Ben Menachem, Batia Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel Bat Sharon and Chana Bat Shendel. All those who have COVID-19, all sufferers of Guillain-Barré syndrome, all those who are suffering from the war in Ukraine. And a friend of mine named Robert sent a very long list to me, starting with himself. He now has COVID. He has had a bunch of other problems, but he went to the doctor and first they tested him and he was negative, and then they tested him again and he was positive and not doing well. Reuven Baruch ben Perolea, Eliyahu ben Perolea, Edgar Fega bat Chana Raisa, Shai and Tammy Mizrahi, Emily Parienti, Zvi Arya ben Chana and Emmanuel ben Tilla, Ephraim Fischel ben Tzirel, Harav Avraham Yehoshua ben Esther Malka, Yechiel ben Miriam Bluma, Besorot Tovot Bekarov Mamash, Miriam bat Ina Pesia Yocheved, Rochel Esther bat Ta'ar, Chana Eliana bat Naomi, Cyril bat Chana, Abigail Pesel bat Esther, Kyla bat Leah, Blimi Rachel Chana Ella, Etta bat Gittel. I gave that one, I think. Rabbanit Fega Tzipora bat Hadassah. Oh, I know who that is too. Okay. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't add up the people from the other community. I'm going to do that right now because there are maybe not. Doesn't look like anybody's there. That's weird. Okay, well, may the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say Amen. ata Adonai, rofei hacholim. In the mourner's Kaddish. Reba, do you have anybody special, or do you want to just say Kaddish?
No, not today.
Okay.
Thanks.
She says Kaddish for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Ellen Friedman.
Yes, my loving grandmother, Rose Mandelis, and my loving grandfather, Art Mandelis, and my dear friend, Alan Brown.
Okay. Ellen Rose.
All those who have nobody to say Kaddish for them, Reuben. Thank you.
Okay. Marvin.
My father, Joseph Gruber, his yurtzeit's next week, and Francis Johnson.
Okay. And a friend of mine passed away around this time of the year, in 2005. And my former congregation used to send me notification, but they haven't done that for about a year because the woman who is in charge of it doesn't like me. So there it is. Anyway, Reuven Ben Meir.
Who couldn't like you, Rabbi?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Hmm.
Sharon Ben Avraham Vasara.
Well, they like me as long as I send them a donation.
No, it wasn't that. That's in retaliation for having resigned.
Oh, well, God forbid you should move on.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
asked many times for forgiveness for something else and was never forgiven. So according to the Talmud, after 3 times, it's on them.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, the 1 million US victims of coronavirus and the reported 6 million, but they think it's more closer. They think it's closer to 15 million people worldwide who've died from COVID. All victims of racial injustice, all victims of gun violence, all the Ukrainians and Russians who have been killed in the Ukrainian war.
When are those children going to behave?
Right. Please join me in the mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal,
Abba,
Be'alma,
Melchmativ, Tavite,
Be'amlich,
Belfide,
Be'chayechon,
Kayakon,
Be'chayechon,
Kayakon,
Ba'agala,
Abamnakon,
Ve'imru, Amen.
Ru, Amen.
Yehi Shemei,
Yeshmai, Rabba, Min Shemai,
Ralam, Lalme,
Belmai,
Yit Barach,
Jarach,
Barach,
Viestabach,
Vietroma,
Viestavar,
Vietadar,
Dasha, Vitash,
Shemei de Kudisha,
Vidosha, Berachel,
Le'ela,
Beala Mingo,
Vishira,
Vikatsa, Vishirata, Suftata, Mekamata, Bea Miran, Balma, Beamur, Amen.
Shalama,
Yes, Jahmaya.
Chaim Aleinu,
Himalenu, Vialko, Yisrael, Beamur, Amen.
Say Shalom,
Say Shalom in Uma.
say
Oh, yes, say Shalom.
Shalom,
Belko Yisrael. Belko Yoshve Tever. Beamuru. Amen.
And I'm going to close with Hatikva. Oh, you can join me if you like, if you unmute and join me. I love that, based on a Czech folk melody. That is
Yom Haledet Yisrael.
I'm getting a call from a spam person, so I'm going to simply hang up on them. Thank you very, very much, everybody.
Toda Rabba, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Thank you. Vakasha.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Glad you all were here. And I don't know if anybody was on Facebook and YouTube or not. I didn't see anything over on the other chat thing. Anyhow, join Rabbi Blaine tomorrow at 7. Wait a minute.
7 p.m.
7:30?
7 p.m.
6:30 for the warm up.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot.
For
Yeah.
the warm up.
You're right.
And 7 o'clock for the service.
Yeah.
Mwah. Love you guys. Love you all.
Love you.